What's going on, everybody? It is the one and only Q from Retro Q Gamer back in effect as always. And what we're going to do here today is, well, we're hoping we can finish up our lovely little Metal Gear Solid run. We're almost there. We just want to finish up the very end of it. So, without further ado, there's not much for us to stall with, dawdle with, whatever you want to call it. Oh, no, I didn't mean to open that. I wanted to open my resume game thing. You know what? I can do this. This should allow me to resume it where we left off. It is perfect. Perfect. So we just beat Sniper Wolf. We're on to disc 2, as kind of irrelevant as that is in the digital age. What way is this guy gonna go? Well, other than dead. We've had a relatively low amount of alert phases of this game, so we're gonna try to keep it that way. Oh! Came right at me and skulled me. I thought it was gonna go the other way. Well, that's a great start, isn't it? Right off the bat. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Mulligan. That's all I can say. Mulligan. You know what? I wasn't paying attention to this guy's specific order, so I'm gonna have to wait here for him to come down again. Okay, this time... Oh wait, he dropped the ration. This time, we know better. Or, so we hope at least. Yeah, see, it's way off in the distance this time. So if we just let it pass over us... It's trolling. It's moving ever so slightly. There we go. That's how it's supposed to go. That's for Snake being fairly fleet of foot with the little ledge he was on. Fuck! I made a horrible mistake. That horrible mistake was trying to hold him up, MGS2 style. Wrong game, son. Wrong game. Okay, we're gonna be able to lose these guys now in a second. This'll do. Of course, we just get nailed by steam everywhere. I think you can crawl under this if I remember correctly. Not that it mattered. Chaff, we do. This is an extra little secret place. Get some Stinger missiles, get some chaff. decent stuff, comes in handy. The guard is gone, luckily. In typical Kojima fashion, prepare for 2 minutes of gameplay and 20 minutes of cutscenes. Because yes, that type of thing is coming back with a vengeance. Because of course it is. Kojima really only wants to make films. But they won't give him a budget, or they won't give him whatever it is he needs to make films. So he tries to make games and calls it a film. I mean, hell, look at Death Stranding. Looks like a walking simulator.
There he is.
And then all these dudes.
Damn.
With their superpowers. With their gymnastic jumps. It's just like the ones before. They're just refusing to die. Well, that is until I get my hands on them. I guess that beats 1,000,000 hours of cutscenes at least. Got ourselves some good old radar jamming. That's always fair. Think there's more? Ah, no, there's not. There's mines. Because of course there's casually just mines guarding a lift. And my inventory is full. I can't even pick these up. Oh well. We'll make a bite of them anyway. It's just bullets of some sort. I'm not even gonna bother picking it up. Descending once again to the depths of hell. Although this time it looks like we're descending into an Albert Hitchcock film. Man, Peter must be having a field day.
Snake, I've got something to tell you about Naomi Hunter.
What about her?
Is this conversation secure?
Don't worry, the monitor's off.
Okay.
What's up?
I was in the FBI too, you know.
I didn't know that. What's your point?
Dr. Hunter's story about her background, about her grandfather being an assistant secretary to Hoover in the FBI.
Yeah?
and then going undercover to investigate the mafia in New York.
Yeah, what about it?
It was all a big lie.
What did you say?
It was really bothering me. Why would she lie about it?
Because
lied.
it's not
She
true.
might be a spy.
Ridiculous.
Come on, even a high school student could see past it. The head of the FBI at that time, Edgar Hoover, he was a well-known racist. Didn't Naomi say that her father was Japanese?
Yeah.
Well, back then, there wasn't a single Asian investigator. Also, in the 1950s, the undercover mafia sting operations hadn't even started.
I don't even know when they
They
would have
first
started.
started
Oh,
in
okay.
1960.
Never mind.
In Chicago, not New York.
But
You better check it out. The chief and the president mysteriously dying, and that ninja. Too many strange things are happening.
are you saying that Naomi might be behind it?
I don't know. Either that, or she's working with the terrorists.
Could it be?
If I find out anything, I'll call. In the meantime, be careful.
I just had a flash. Terrorist win. What is it? I think it's Counter-Strike, isn't it? We in the cold. I don't know how to crow. Well, I suppose crows probably aren't that bothered by it. Because we all know who loves crows. Or are they ravens?
Welcome, Cossack. This is the end of the road for you. Right, my friends? Listen, they agree. How dare you kill my friends? Ravens aren't scavengers like most people think. They're simply returning to the natural world, that which is no longer needed. Sometimes they even attack wounded foxes.
You were the one.
Fox? Yeah.
Must have
Foxhound.
been a tight fit for a big boy like you.
But that was no true battle. The Ravens and I were testing to see what kind of man you were. The judgment is decided. The Ravens say you are a true warrior.
Am I hallucinating? I can't move.
The
Got that.
Raven has put the mark of death.
He's attaches genjutsu on him.
East flows within your veins. Your ancestors too were raised on the barren plains of Mongolia. Inuit and Japanese are cousins to each other. We share many ancestors, you and I.
I don't have any crows in my family tree.
You jest, but indeed ravens and snakes are not the best of friends. Nevertheless, you will make a worthy adversary. You live in Alaska too. You know of the World Eskimo Indian Olympics?
Yeah, I know it. Must be a real threat in the muck duck eating contest.
Yes, you are right. But there is another event that I excel at. It is called the ear pull. It is an event where two opponents pull each other's ears while enduring the harsh cold. It tests spiritual as well as physical strength.
Oh god, imagine how
Pull each other's ears?
painful that would be in the cold.
But the spirit is the same. Rejoice, Snake! Ours will be a glorious battle.
This isn't glorious. It's just plain killing. Violence isn't a sport.
Well, we'll see if there is iron in your words.
Of course, that wasn't a true battle. So his idea of a true battle is coming at us with a giant minigun. Because of course. What do we want? We want to use our Nikita launcher. Yeah, that's it. Sneak up behind him. this is what we want.
Come on now.
Oh, which way are you going? Easy. No, he saw me. We'll get it. Well, Claymores works as well, Jordan, but the problem is he might just walk a different way completely. That's why I had the Claymores out at the start. Oh, shit, I turned too slow. I could see why you'd make that assumption, Biz. It is a very... what are we looking for? It's very similar in frame rate and performance and visuals. So I could see why you would easily mistake it for a Switch release. I missed an easy hit on him there. Since he is close down this side. Chase me, in here. Come on. Shit. I don't know how he saw that, it wasn't anywhere near his cone. Well, it still counted. It's hard to see which one he's at exactly from so far away. And you can even hear you can even hear when the frame rate just chops down because his gunfire becomes slower and slower. Come on. Usually he comes down like through the middle and everything, but not this time. What the hell? Why did it explode? Okay, I can understand that one because he shot it, but the ones prior he didn't. Almost there. I just find a big trick with this is if you lay down tons of claymores, you always have to be careful because they stay after the battle. So it's really easy to just get, I won't say distracted, but just completely forget about them. Right, we got one more on him. Oh, he walked into the claymore. Lovely. That's a fit and finish.
Just as the boss said, it is my existence which is no longer needed in this world. But my body will not remain in this place. My spirit and my flesh will become one with the ravens. In that way, I will return to Mother Earth who bore me. Snake!
See, the big problem with that, teenagers, is there's no shotgun in MGS1. Mic drop.
Snake, take this security card.
Can't use the shotgun if there is no shotgun.
Why?
Tapping on head, give me.
Snake which was not created by nature. You and the boss You are from another world. A world that I do not wish to know. Go and do battle with him. I will be watching from above. First, I'll give you a hint. The man who you saw die before your eyes.
Wait, which one? Oh, the DARPA chief.
That was not the DARPA chief. It was Decoy Octopus, a member of Foxhound. He was a master of disguise. He copied his subjects down to the blood. So
imagine that. Imagine
the chief's blood and took it into himself.
Replacing your own blood with someone else's.
But he
entirely
wasn't able to deceive the Angel of Death.
Just to complete the illusion. And we've already seen the DARPA chief's body, drained of blood, decomposing.
But why go to so much trouble? Why impersonate the chief?
That is the end of my hint. You must solve the rest of the riddle yourself. Snake, in the natural world, there's no such thing as boundless slaughter. There's always an end to it. But you are different.
What are you trying to say?
The path you walk on has no end. Each step you take is paved with the corpses of your enemies. Their souls will haunt you forever. You shall have no peace. Hear me, Snake. My spirit will be watching you.
He's just gonna explode because cool guys don't look at explosions. But it doesn't matter, he just got eaten by his own ravens. Now, the big question is, why can't we pick up his big minigun?
Snake, it's me.
If Snake is buff enough to do it.
Naomi, turn your monitor off.
What about Naomi?
Colonel, is Naomi there?
No, she's away. She's taking a short nap. So what is this about Naomi?
Okay, maybe we'd better let the Colonel hear this too.
Yeah. Go on, Master.
Well, basically, Dr. Naomi Hunter is not Dr. Naomi Hunter at all.
What?
I thought her story of her background sounded kind of fishy, so I checked it out.
And?
There is an actual Dr. Naomi Hunter, or I should say, there was one. But she's not the woman we know. The real Naomi Hunter disappeared somewhere in the Middle East. Our Naomi must have somehow obtained her identification papers.
So then who is she really?
She must be some kind of spy.
A spy?
Yes. Maybe she's been sent to
Maybe she's
sabotage
Metal
this
Gear.
operation.
Are you saying she's with the terrorists?
I don't want to believe it either, but she is working for Foxhound.
So you think she had a part in the uprising?
Or she could be working with some different group altogether.
Different group? It couldn't be.
Place her under arrest.
What?
She's betrayed us. She needs to be arrested and interrogated to find out who she's with.
If she's one of their spies, then we're in big trouble.
I think she's actually the panda.
Nothing.
Have you let her in on some kind of vital secret or something? Does this have anything to do with the mysterious deaths of the DARPA chief and the Arms Tech president?
I have no idea.
Or you don't want to say
We
anything.
cannot allow her to participate any further in this mission.
Wait a minute. Without her, we can't complete this mission.
I knew it. You're hiding something.
Give me some time. I'll try to get it out of her.
Hurry then. We've got to figure out who she is and what she's doing here.
I understand.
A wild beaver appears.
Give me some time.
I have a feeling that
Time left for you.
Beaver's a double agent here. He could be Naomi Hunter because she's in the other room asleep and then suddenly he appears, eh? It's a bit convenient. if I do say so myself. There's a shitload of gun cameras here. So we're just gonna have to constantly ride a wave of chaff. Don't worry, Beaver, I'm onto you. I'm onto you. You can claim innocence and feign ignorance all you want. But I see through it. It is awful fitting. It's, oh, I don't know anything about Metal Gear Solid 1. I've never seen or played this game. Seems to have been a bit excessive, no? You know who would say that? A saint. Metal Gear. It can't be. That's right, ladies. It is Metal Gear. Thinking of, no, it's not it. Get these gun cameras away from me. We're gonna gun them down. You made me worry there for a second. I had to double check, make sure I didn't name the stream wrong. We're down in our little waste ditch here. Yep, I'm toxic. Oh, we don't need that. Clean that out. Yeah, I completely agree, teenagers. Methinks he doth protest too much. So, well, the ball's in his court now.
Snake, it's me.
What's wrong? Did you find a good place to hide?
Yeah, thanks to the stealth gear. It looks like they've finished getting Metal Gear ready.
How do you know that?
I overheard them talking. Where are you now?
Right in front of Metal Gear, but it's strange.
What is?
There's nobody here. No guards, nobody patrolling. It's too quiet.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President Baker told you
Oh,
about.
we got the card.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys, and besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files? Don't you need a password?
Of course, but there are ways.
Are you a hacker?
Yep, that describes me pretty well.
It's
look like you can get in?
so
Don't know
90s.
yet. I'll
Are
give it
you
a
a
try.
hacker?
I'm counting on you.
It's like the 90s film Hackers, you know, it just fits so perfectly. It's so campy and B-movie. It's great. Oh my god, teenagers are with skills like that. Are you a hacker? You seem to know all sorts of tips and tricks to get people's passwords by the sound of it.
Snake, it's me again.
How's it going?
Not bad. I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Do you think you'll...
Well, he is a president of Arms
I never
Tech.
met a system I couldn't bust into.
Okay, keep trying.
So, I mean, it wouldn't make too much sense if he just had no password on it. Don't need anything over there. It's just random bits of ammo. Steal us some Metal Gear. In a perfect world, maybe.
Snake, I did it!
You got past security?
Bingo!
Great.
Bingo, his password is Mr.
The
Stupid One.
confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
I haven't found it yet.
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
He's giving him
The
updates
secret
on
behind
every
the
single
new
little
nuclear weapon.
step.
Just as I thought, the nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
The projectile is a body pillow.
Show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one until now?
Because of the missile rocket propulsion system, it would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
It's funny
We learned that lesson.
that they say they've been working on it since the 70s,
End of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon.
because given how
And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem.
this stuff
of nuclear
needs to be
reduction and
retconned
nuclear
over and
inspections.
over again.
Colonel, is this true?
MGS3, Shagohad, anyone?
I'm listening.
If word of this got out, it could delay the signing of the START 3 treaty and cause a huge international incident.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you
Well,
know this, Colonel?
well, he's basically done that himself nowadays.
Changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested, only simulated.
You mean they ran a computer model?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think the data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
Like onto a disc we got.
President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
At least it wasn't a zip disc or anything.
No, Ocelot took it from me.
The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on
Oh, absolutely, Beaver. If I skipped all the codecs and all the cutscenes and stuff, you could finish disc 2 in about 20 minutes. That's not a joke. It's a very, very short disc, gameplay-wise. It's easy to get through. And there's only like 4 or 5 areas, it's just a lot of backtracking. Over and over and over again. Where is he? There should be a guard for me to snipe. Can't see him though. Oh yeah, MGS4 is the worst. When you register a game in Europe as a when you register a game in Europe as like entertainment media and all like that, you have to put in how long of it is registered as just videos and stuff like that, just cutscenes and unplayable gameplay, if you will. Unplayable gameplay makes sense, doesn't it? You know what I mean, though. But MGS4 actually had the record of the longest cutscenes and most like non-playable stuff in it before Resident Evil 6 came out. Resident Evil 6 had something like 460 minutes or something like that, and oh no, I think it was MGS4 had like 460 minutes, and Resident Evil 6 had something like 600 minutes. So yeah, I mean, if you look at it, they're very, very short games, gameplay-wise. MGS 1, 2, 3, 4, very, very short games, gameplay-wise. If you skip all the cutscenes and codex, you can complete them in like an hour and a half.
Okay, I've entered the PAL codes and disengaged the safety device. We can launch anytime.
There's still no response from Washington. It looks like we'll have to show them that we mean business.
Should I set it for Cherniton, Russia?
No, there's been a change. The new target is Lopnor, China.
Why, boss?
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Golukovich would really like to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
Liquid. But why? There's nothing there.
Wrong.
That's some serious 80s hairstyle, isn't it?
Nuclear test site?
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about the retaliatory strike from China.
That'll probably mean top-secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the president will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the president's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India. I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about this new weapon, they'll all want to contact us.
Liquid has it in for you, teenagers. He's got a grudge, a vendetta against you for some reason.
Yes. The president will break. He will give in to our demands.
The big question is for what?
DNA and $1 billion. $1 billion?
That money will be used to cure our genome soldiers as well. I'm also including the Fox dye vaccine in our demands.
Fox dye? It killed Octopus and the Armstech president. So it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with the adrenaline level in the blood. Or maybe it's just because this Fox dye was still experimental and they haven't worked out all the bugs yet.
Oh shit, that's right. They could just mass produce Metal Gears with cheaper materials for 10% of the price. Imagine that.
Still has
He doesn't want anyone to get an army of Metal Gears except for
We
him.
can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is successful.
He's a very prudent man.
There's nothing to worry about.
I guess that's why there's
Metal Gear, and
that's
the
why
new
the giant
nuclear weapon's so
Foxconn
bad he can
production
taste
plant was built. For Metal Gear.
Russia wants to regain its position as a military superpower. They need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal. They need a nuclear weapon that can't be intercepted. Metal Gear will allow them to gain first strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular army is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons? Golukovich, he's no warrior. He's a politician.
But he's the one who gave us the Hind and most of our other heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers under his command. If we join forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
Oh yeah, but think about it.
Say,
Even if you build bootleg
Going
Metal
to dig in
Gears
here.
for 10% of the cost, that fall apart after 2 or 3 fires.
Ever made, and we're about to
That's
unlock
2 or 3
the
nuclear
religious
missiles each time
going to fight
for
the whole
10%
world.
of the cost.
And what's wrong with that?
As long as
We can
you
launch a nuclear warhead at any
get 20
target
to
on this
30
planet. A
nukes out of
nuclear
them
warhead
for the same
invisible to
price.
radar. And on top of that,
That's
this
enough
base
to
is
destroy the
full of
world.
spare nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will be ours.
what about your promise to Colonel Golukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, call this place Outer Heaven.
Dun dun dun.
Boss's dream. But boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden. If the code is in it again, it'll be deactivated.
Huh,
No
Metal
need to
Gear,
worry.
slightly
Dark and
flexible.
Chief and the Armstech president are both dead.
Does Snake know how the override system works?
You interrogated him, don't you know?
He didn't have any keys on him.
Good. Then no one can stop Metal Gear now.
By the way, what should we do with that woman? Want me to kill her?
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl, she's alive.
Of course she is, Snake. We didn't give up on that torture. Oh look,
Snake,
more Kodak.
I found Baker's top secret files.
Great
Remember when there
job.
was gameplay in games?
They've finished inputting the PAL codes. So how do we deactivate them?
Okay, you see the override system that the President was talking about? It can also be used to input the detonation codes. You see, if you insert the keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes activated. And you can only use the keys once.
Only once, huh?
Yeah, you better get started. We don't have much time.
But it takes 3 keys, right? I've only got 1 of them.
Hold on a minute. You see, that's the trick. You already have all 3 keys.
What are you talking about?
The card key is made of a shape memory alloy.
We all know what happens with shape memory alloy. We've seen Terminator
It's
2
a material that
and mimetic
changes shape at
polyalloy.
different temperatures. The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah, the card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in 1. Clever.
Can you see the input terminals in the center of the control room?
I see them.
Those 3 laptop terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a symbol on each screen. Each symbol corresponds to a different key. Input the keys in order from left to right. The left one's for the room temperature key. See the symbol?
Well, you're gonna need
Next
more
to that
fiber
goes
in your
the low
diet then,
temperature
Bieber.
key. The one on the right is the high temperature key.
Okay, I got it. First, I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
That's right. All you do is insert the card keys. After you insert the key into the module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it. Once you've finished with all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete. But here's the thing.
Just thinking of a
You use the key
late
3
90s
times.
hard disk.
It's an emergency system. It's only meant to be used once.
The world is riding on that key, Snake.
Who's that? Damn!
And just like that, he shoots the key card. The fucking key card out of my hand.
Snake! This is bulletproof glass. There's no way in. I'll enjoy watching you die.
Well, you're mixing up the characters, Biz.
Snake, you've got to get that key.
Kiefer Sutherland is Big Boss. Not Solid Snake. So now, just to try add in a little bit more gameplay, they're making me go all the way down to get that key, and then come back up and put it in. And yeah, teenagers, it kills me that that's the one funny thing he ever made. Metal Gear Awesome 1 and 2 are hilarious. Everything else, not so much. Actually, Gears of Awesome was kind of good. But everything else, not so much. They didn't tickle my pickle. Now, so the key is in the drainage ditch. And well, because it's a Kojima game, nothing is ever as easy as it sounds. Well, that was quick. Not gonna complain about that. PAL key. So yeah, the key actually falls down into the drainage ditch and it's eaten by one of the rats. You have to start shooting and killing or blowing up the rats or whatever, and then when you find the right one, they drop it. It can be really annoying because they do disappear every so often. Yeah, you can link me to the Street Fighter thing later, but my expectations are very, very low. I mean, it is possible I missed some of the stuff. It's not like I watched everything. Oh, 5-second clip, yeah. I probably have never seen that. Oh, there's another guard. Oh, I can't play my Persona clip. Because it's not, they'll never see it coming. Oh, wait, is it? No, it's not. It's the victory music. Right, so we went down, got the key. Now we're coming back up just because that's apparently what all the game thinks is, you know, hot on the street. Where's my PAL key? Those are some beast mode looking laptops, alright.
Awaiting PAL code number 2.
Okay, that takes care of PAL code number 1. Now, PAL number 2, freeze the key.
Powered by NVIDIA RTX. Right, number 2, freeze the key. Well, it doesn't. I let it off, teenagers, that it doesn't have RGB mouse pads or anything like that, because technically it has, what is it, an RBY key card, because it's yellow, it's blue, and it's red. So I mean, I can let it off a little. I can allow it. Just this one time. Although they didn't have an RGB keyboard, they didn't have RGB headphone stand. I mean, is this really a secret government facility if they don't even have proper computational hardware? I was going to say computer accessories. I don't know why I pulled out computational hardware. Big brain. Big brain. We got that high IQ vocab going on. Oh my god, could you imagine an RGB nuclear missile? RGB... I was going to say Solid Snake. RGB Metal Gear Rex. I could be onto something here, lads. Could be genius. RGB weapons of war. Everything needs more RGB. Makes it go faster. Metal Gear Rex must be powered by RGB then. And now, so we gotta freeze the key. Because gameplay is the buzzword of the evening. And that's what's all too hot right now. In order to freeze the key, we just have to spend a little bit of time in this area. It's literally it. We don't have to do anything else. We just run around, hang out, freeze our... I was gonna say freeze our nips off, but... Let's see, do we have PAL key? No, it's still room temperature. We just played a waiting game. Because this is game design, guys. This is game design. But remember, Kojima makes masterpieces. Remember that. I'm only taking the piss actually out of this time. I do think this is a kind of a... It's kind of a good gimmick because you have to think of it for yourself. There we go. It's finally frozen. So, now all we need to do is get back up and input this key. The big problem actually, if you spend too much time in there, your rations actually freeze. Which can be a little bit of a different problem. Because then you need to go all the way back up to the molten area, where they shot the end of Terminator 2, and unfreeze your rations. Oh, absolutely. The little details in Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 really made the game. They really set it apart. When there was loads of, we'll call them Kojima quirks in the good way, based on all the small details. But that stuff was kind of lost in 4 and basically non-existent in 5. It's like in the stream yesterday when I was talking about after you fight Sniper Wolf, when if you start sniping the rats that go back and forth, you get a call from the colonel asking you about, like, what are you doing exterminating rats? That's not part of your mission. It's small things like that. Yeah, the windows, like when you shoot the window in MGS2 and the way it shatters, that was nuts. That was insane. I love that. Oh, I kneecapped him. You chick. Is that the one you were talking about, asking me about the other day, Beaver? It must not have had like an RGB battery port or something, so it's understandable why he wouldn't buy it. I mean, I wouldn't buy it too if I was him. In that situation, at least. Right, where's our PAL key? A different one and no RGB. Well, now I can understand why you didn't buy it. It had no RGB. That makes perfect sense.
PAL code number 2 confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 3.
Absolute slander,
Okay.
Bieber.
There goes PAL code number 2. Next comes PAL number 3. Warm the key.
Can't believe you would ever say something like that. I am a big opponent of the Razer brand. My favorite thing about Razer is when you buy something and it arrives broken and it just doesn't work by default. Because that's, well, Razer in a nutshell. But it's so thin. What are you doing, looking at the Razer blade or something? I would have thought that would have been a bit much for you. What you really want to do is look up the Asus ROG. I think it's the Zephyrus. It's like ZE. It's like what's that? Zephyr US. So it's like what? ZE. I don't know, YPR US or something like that. Those are big boy laptops. If someone like me was going to get a laptop, it would be something like that I'd pick up. I think it's like a G701 or Y701, X701, something like that. I haven't really fully kept up with the models about the spec on which one is which, but I know Biz is already in the chat looking. He's like Googling those models and stuff like that. He's about to have an aneurysm just thinking of the price or something when he sees them. The laptop before this one was an Asus ROG. Well, the one you were looking at before that, the one you were trying to pick on? Or... I had no idea it was your me. Wow. No, the ROG stuff isn't the meme. The ROG stuff is the best. The ROG stuff is the best for a reason. My monitor is ROG. My motherboard is ROG. Oh, look at all these guys just randomly appearing in the cold here. As you do. We just gunned them down anyway. Yeah, Asus ROG stuff all the way. If I do decide to ever buy a laptop again, just because, you know, for the laugh and, well, I hate money, get it the fuck away from me. It'll be a ROG. They have some sweet RTX 2080 stuff. Some neckbeard PC Master Race laptop. I'll stick with this. Wow! Wow! I need memes for this. I need memes for this. Where are we? Here we go. I don't know if that one will play because it should. It's on the stream deck, but that's all I can say. Oh, the one you owned before your current Lenovo. Okay. Well, it's not that you don't like the game about it. It's just
Snake.
expensive and whatnot, and
Then you should
high-end stuff.
He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off. No one else can hear us. Go ahead.
Sorry, but I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah?
He's the one who told me about it.
No, I must not have played.
The DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake, have you ever heard of something called Fox Dye?
No. Fox dye. Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, you can blame it all on the shitty software
that
I'm
targets
using.
specific people.
Apparently that doesn't want to let it run.
What are you trying to say?
It's too similar.
You know what? Let me try it a different way. Let me see if this works.
Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, I mean, Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah?
No, fuck it. It's not playing.
Apparently, Fox Dye kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake.
Nothing I could do, dudes. Nothing I could do.
Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
The nanomachines.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure. But he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay, I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under
Well, when you think about it, Biz,
arrest.
it's kind of fucked up that way.
She was sending
Corsair
messages
recently
towards
bought
the last
Elgato,
days.
so they're technically the
I
same
didn't wanna
company
believe
now.
it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid so. She's being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid
A revolver ocelot
but we don't even
interrogation.
have any sodium pentothal here.
Call me if you find out anything.
So it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the Fox Dye vaccine must be around somewhere.
Listen, I've got bigger things to worry about.
But Snake, you might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
We'll survive. This is why I prefer to stream games on PC. Stuff actually works. Technically, MGS1 is on PC, and there's a soup. Okay, that got me while I was in a cutscene, but there's actually like some kind of modded pack you can get. I don't remember the full name of it. I think it's like Metal Gear Reborn or Metal Gear Solid something. I think it's something with an R. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. There you go. No, but it comes with better textures and modded support and better stability for modern platforms and all that stuff as well. I've never tried it, but not gonna kill me. And besides, I wanted to test out the PlayStation Classic and this new little 24-inch monitor. It is the retro monitor. I need to test it. The mod pack is called Mighty Number 9. Well, see, that's what I was doing wrong. I was looking in the wrong place completely. Now, where am I going? Right, so we're back to Molten area. It's basically just a rinse and repeat of what we had to do in the cold area. Although now we have to wait twice as long because we have... Oh no, we don't. Okay, it's warmed up already. It can warm up in the room temperature stuff. So now we just wait for it to heat up and then quickly rush down as fast as we can. I say as fast as we can, but I mean, come on. This is with all these codec scenes and cutscenes and stuff. The PS Classic sure seems worth whatever I paid for it. Well, I bought it. I pre-ordered it at first, and then I cancelled my pre-order because it was tipped to be garbage, and it was, for all intents and purposes, it was basically garbage. As you can see, it's pretty massively underwhelming. But because it went on sale like 2 weeks after it launched because it flopped so poorly, and I bought it for what was basically half price. Retail was €100. I think I got it for €56. It's even cheaper now. It's like €50 or €45 now. Oh, nice. I'd say, yeah, keep an eye on that. You can probably get it even cheaper in America. I mean, you guys slash stuff like a motherfucker when it comes to prices and flops and whatnot. Okay, nice when it's red. We can make like a tree and get the fuck out of here. I mean, I can't remember who. I think it was one of you guys, but I don't remember which one of you it was specifically. I think it was you teenagers actually. We were talking about the 1-up arcade cabinets, and we were talking about like $200 or €200 was a maybe. 150 was a serious consideration, and 100 or less was a guaranteed buy. I mean, so that's a perfect example. Like those kind of savings and whatnot. You know what? That makes me wonder. Yeah, I remember we had just seen, because I had found that the arcade 1-up stuff here was like 50% off at launch. And then I know you were having some of them as well. Like, I wouldn't mind. I saw some of them here on sale for... I know retail is 400, so I saw some of them on sale for 200. I did kind of consider the Street Fighter one, just for the sake of it. But I thought 200, it's not really worth it. If it was 150, I would legitimately consider buying it. I would probably end up actually buying it, to be honest. Oh yeah, you pretty much got to pay for the riser as well, because I know they are small. You know what I'm going to do actually, right? After this stream ends, just for the sake of it, I'm going to look it up on Amazon.
Snake, can you
And I'm going, depending on what the price is, I'm going to add it to my cart in case it goes down. Not my cart, my wish list. In case it goes down dirt cheap.
Is what the Colonel says true?
Yes. But not everything I said was a lie.
So she is a murderer.
I don't know myself. I don't know my real name or even what my parents looked like. I bought all my identification. But my reason for getting into genetics was true.
'Cause you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from. My age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s. A dirty little orphan.
Oh,
Rhodesia.
here's
What's
a
now known as Zimbabwe?
here's a good example for you.
Rhodesia was
Because
owned by England until
Metal Gear Solid
1965, and there were lots
is
of Indian
such a
laborers
mess.
around. That's probably where
Some
I got my
parts
skin color from,
of
but I'm not even sure about that.
Twin Snakes, MGS1, that aren't in this are considered canon, and some parts that aren't in Twin Snakes that are in this one are considered canon.
Understand me?
It's such a fucking disaster.
I was alone for
You need both endings to be
until I met
canon,
my big
or
brother.
parts of both endings to be canon,
him.
because
Yes.
parts of
Frank Yeager.
one ending contradict the other, and parts
He
of
was
the
a
other
young
contradict the
soldier.
other. And yes,
me up near the Zambezi
Naomi's big
River.
brother,
I
who
was
basically
half dead
adopted her
from
and saved her,
starvation, and
was
he
Grey
shared his
Fox.
rations with me. Yes. Frank Yeager. The man who you destroyed was my brother and my only family.
No. Grey Fox?
We survived that hell together, Frank and I.
Part of the stuff that's canon in the other one is
my one
Naomi
connection.
and Mei Ling's origin
Only
and
connection
accent.
I have to my past.
And he brought you back to America.
Because even though it's the same, well, Jennifer Hale voices,
He came.
Who is he?
Jennifer Hale voices
You mean
Naomi
Big
Hunter.
Boss?
Yes.
She puts on a different
Lost
accent
this land
in
of freedom.
the other one. It's a more English accent. It's the same with Mei
Then
Ling
he and my brother
and
went back to
Kim May
Africa to
Guest.
continue the war.
She voices her in both of them,
It happened.
but again, she has a
You
more
killed my benefactor
English
and
accent.
sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound.
Is MSI?
I knew it was my best chance.
A lot
to
of
beat
people
you, and
praise
I prayed
MSI.
for
I
the
have
day
very
that
little
happened.
experience with them, but
were
from
your prayers
everyone who I
answered?
know personally, as well as everyone I
Yes.
know, like
I
from a
waited
reputation
2
side of it,
long years.
MSI is one of the better ones.
Kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes, that's right.
She's gonna fox die him.
Years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them.
she had a little goat laugh. No.
You didn't kill that doctor,
No.
did you? The one that used Grey Fox for his genome experiments?
Dr. Clark?
I can't do a good goat
was
laugh.
my brother.
No.
Afterwards, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that ninja, I mean Grey Fox, he's come here to kill me?
I don't think so. I think he just came here to fight you. I wasn't sure before, but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox? No. Naomi.
Grey Fox.
About Fox Die? Fox Die is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body. Fox Die contains smart enzymes created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize the target's DNA?
Right. They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of
This
cytokine,
suddenly
a
became
peptide
a
which causes cells to
biology
die.
class, chemical
TNF
class, whatever you
epsilon
want,
is
chemistry
captured on the
class, there you go.
bloodstream to the heart, where they attach to the TNF receptors in the heart cells.
And then they cause a heart attack?
What's your
The heart
favorite
cells
game,
suffer a
Green?
shock
Welcome.
and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then, the victim dies.
Apoptosis? You mean the heart cells commit suicide? Naomi,
What?
you must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi,
I mean, just like that.
blame you for wanting me dead.
She doesn't say anything.
Can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use Fox dye.
Huh? You weren't?
No. You were injected with Fox dye as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that. No, that's not the whole truth.
Huh?
The start of that song that just started playing just reminds me of the Bonnie Tyler song.
Snake,
It's like every time I turn around. No, that's turn around. Yeah, the Bright Eyes one.
Naomi!
Snake, I can't allow Naomi to make any more unauthorized transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
Careful, Biz. That's
What happened,
blasphemy
Naomi?
on the internet.
What did she mean when she said that Fox dye was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
So they're basically saying that
There's
the
no
plan
time for
was to
that.
wipe Snake out
Right
with
now,
Fox
your
dye after
job
it.
is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
There's a funny one between me and all my friends. We always, one of them was big into conspiracy theories, and there's the whole thing about whistleblowers and all that, and they just mysteriously turn up dead in their hotel room with either a heart attack or no known cause of death or anything like that. We all say that their Fox died. So it's like Fox dye just got them. That's all it was. Some journalist is going to expose someone and winds up dead in a gutter. Fox dye. Oh, he's got good taste then, Green, because this is a great game. As weird and over the top as it can be, because, well, Kojima. But I mean, it's still a great game. I love it. It did so much as well. We also have to be really careful in here. If we spend too long, the key cools down. Well, teenagers, you sound an awful lot like Tom Cruise right there. It's like, oh my god. You killed him. No, I just shot him. The bullets in the fall killed him. But I don't know, Biz. Part of me wants to say that it almost feels like we're all humoring him and we're all on an inside joke. Now, having said that, I mean, I met David Hayter last year in October of 2018, and you know, we hung out, we shot the shit for a few minutes. Even I got my MGS 1, 2, 3, 4, and Twin Snakes autographed by him. It's mainly because, I mean, when you think about it, David Hayter in all these games, MGS 1 through 4, it's such a big part of my life and my gaming, if you will, my gaming history, my gaming legacy, if you will. Why didn't I have him sign my MGS 5? Well, obviously I was going to give him my copy of MGS 5 and say, oh, I love this. This is your best work ever. But you know, all the armed guards and all around, I didn't stand a chance. Oh yeah, David Hayter's a close personal friend of mine. Bieber. I mean, come on, let's be real. It's a close personal friend of mine. We speak to each other on a regular basis. We're great friends like that. Let me get a chaff grenade in there. A pal key. Maybe I will, you know, I'll get him on the street. We talked about what he was going to do in Ireland, actually. He spent some time being a tourist. Since it's so relaxing and green everywhere, he was going to chill out for a little bit, do some writing.
Activated.
No, why?
Damn it, Snake.
Ready for launch.
I deactivated it.
Thank you, Snake. Now the detonation code is completed. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Master, what's going on?
You found the key, and even activated the warhead for us, too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
What are you talking about?
We
He's just
weren't
too lazy to
able
go do it
learn
himself.
the DARPA chief's code. Even with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read his mind. Then Ocelot accidentally killed him during the interrogation. In other words, we weren't able to launch the nuclear device, and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without the detonation codes, we had to find some other way. That's when we decided you might prove useful, Snake.
What?
First, I thought we might get the information from you, Snake, so I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself as the DARPA chief. Unfortunately, Octopus
We were tricked.
survived the encounter, thanks to Fox Die.
You mean you had this plan from the beginning? Just to get me to input the detonation code?
Huh? You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did you?
Well, technically, all the guys could have killed me and all the whole time.
The launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the Fox Die vaccine to me. Their ace in the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan to use you was already successful in the torture room. Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know.
Talk about being a pawn.
Fool.
Who are you anyway?
I'll tell you.
A good soldier can't think for himself, you know? He just does his job.
That is.
Does what he's told, doesn't ask questions.
Where are you?
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
This is the
Master
twist,
Miller's body was
Biz.
just discovered at his home.
This is the real
Dead
one.
for at least 3 days. I didn't know because my codec link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his transmission signal was coming from inside the
Snake,
base.
the call's coming from inside the house.
Is it?
Snake, you've been talking to
Me, dear brother.
Dun dun dun.
You've served your purpose. You may die now.
Liquid Snake looks like an 80s glamour model. An 80s male glamour model.
Snake, that's bulletproof.
What a twist!
You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
Can't you open the security lock here?
I'll try. Just hold on for a minute.
Why do you think his name is Miller? Teenagers. Miller rhymes with mullet. It's almost like it's a code name. You actually have to call Otacon here, otherwise the door doesn't open. And it doesn't tell you that you have to call Otacon.
I hacked into security. Snake, I'm opening the door.
Yeah, it's like he's in a hair metal band. He's what's the lead singer's name? There he is, running around. He's even running around shirtless. He's running around shirtless, hair metal. He's clearly from Motley Crue.
Liquid!
Liquid!
Did you like my sunglasses? You'd point a weapon at your own brother?
Why did you disguise yourself as Master?
So I could manipulate you more easily. And you performed quite well, I must say. Although the boys at the Pentagon are probably saying the same thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
Following orders blindly with no questions asked.
See? Like a good soldier.
Pride and become nothing more than a pawn, Snake.
What?
Stopping the nuclear launch, rescuing the hostages, it was all just a diversion.
A diversion?
The Pentagon only needed for you to come into contact with us. That's what killed the Arms Tech president and Decoy Octopus.
You don't mean...
So his Fox Die triggered their Fox Die.
You were sent here to kill us so they could retrieve Metal Gear undamaged, along with the bodies of the Genome soldiers. From the beginning, the Pentagon was just using you as a vector to spread Fox Die.
Fox Die? It can't be. Are you telling me Naomi was working with the Pentagon?
They thought she was, but it seems that Dr. Naomi Hunter couldn't be controlled so easily.
What?
Oh, it took a good while, Biz, the very first time, because you didn't know where anything is. You had to... A lot of the stuff that I managed to do just really quickly here, you actually had to stop and take time to think about. Especially with abstract stuff, like calling people on the back of the... with the codec from the back of the CD box and all. That could add up some serious time. Some of the extra stuff. The keys, figuring all that stuff.
Fox Die's program. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I've already added the Fox Dye vaccine to my list of White House demands.
There's a vaccine?
There must be, but that woman is the only one who really knows. Anyway, it might prove to be unnecessary.
Why's that?
You were successful in coming into contact.
Could take a good amount of time
so
first time.
We must have all been exposed to the virus. It's true that the Armstead president...
But when you know where to go, and if you want to skip the cutscenes and the codecs and stuff, it's so much faster.
The carrier were apparently unaffected.
Oh, this playthrough right now, we're at about 5.5 hours.
If it doesn't kill you, then I'm not worried either. After all,
between 5.5 and 6 hours.
Is identical.
So it's true. You and I...
I'd say about...
Twins!
Probably
ordinary twins.
Maybe 90 minutes or less of that is actual gameplay, if even.
You're fine. You got all the old man's dominant genes. I got the flawed recessive genes. Everything was done so that you would be the greatest of his children. The only reason I exist is so they could create you.
I was the favorite, huh?
That's
fun fact.
I'm just the leftovers.
MGS4 actually counters all of this. It's a complete contradiction because Liquid is actually wrong.
But
that's why
Father chose.
That's why it doesn't work that way.
That's why you're so obsessed with Big Boss.
Liquid does have the superior genes.
Love?
Snake has the fucked up recessive ones. Or Solid has.
Me I was inferior, and now I'll have my revenge. You should understand me, brother. You killed our father with your own hands. You stole my chance for revenge. Now I'll finish the work that father began. I will surpass him. I will destroy him.
You're just like Naomi.
Well, I'm not like you. Unlike you, I'm proud of the destiny that is encoded into my very genes. Yeah.
Snake, your blood will be the first
Rex time.
by this glorious new weapon. Consider it an honor.
Now,
from your brother.
What I remember,
I'll show you.
If you haven't played this in a while, Rex can actually be kind of hard. Because I don't remember the pattern for dodging all his attacks.
How do I stop it?
We'll figure it out anyway. We'll manage. Flip it over. It's like cow tipping. You gotta do it. Trip it up, kick it in the nuts. See, that's just it, Green. With all you guys backing me up, it's gonna be easy. I've got her in a spirit bomb here right now. Of all the positivity. I want a stinger. I want body armor. And... oh! He's coming after me. Oh, come on, I was locked on. Fucking rockets. He's got a laser. Face laser too. is also so difficult to control without the analog sticks. And the arc, see, I can't remember how you dodge those properly. Gotta get close to him. Oh, his radar arm that I want to hit is stuck around the back. There we go. Looks like we're in a good range. No, no, he's gonna stand on me. Shit. This is whooping my ass. Get up! Move! Oh, I missed. Unbelievable. Worst angle ever. More. Oh, he's not dead. Oh, that's some bullshit. Look at that tiny little bit of health he has. Oh, the only time you beat it was back in the 90s. It's been... Oh, I did it without even locking on. I think I've played MGS2 maybe, or MGS1 maybe twice in the last like 10 years.
Did that do it?
I've definitely played it once, but that was a, you know, big gap between when I'd actually properly played it.
Nice try, Snake!
But I used to be a master of it.
Hurry! Get away!
Gray Fox!
The name from long ago. It sounds better than Deep Throat.
So it is you.
You look terrible, Snake. You haven't aged well.
Yeah, you're no spring chicken yourself. He sounds like Ed 209 from RoboCop. Metal Gear, that is.
Fox, why? What do you want from me?
I am a prisoner of death. Only you can free me.
Fox, stay out of this. What about Naomi? She's hell-bent on taking revenge for you.
Does it have a robo-penis? That's the cockpit. Literally, that's the cockpit. That's where Liquid is.
I was young then, and couldn't bring myself to kill her too. I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me. I raised her like she was my own blood to soothe my guilty conscience. Even
that's
now she thinks of me as a...
That's some fucked up Kojima logic.
On the outside, we might have seemed like a happy...
The guy kills her parents out of guilt, doesn't kill her, and raises her as his own.
Parents' eyes staring back at me. Tell her for me.
And of course she doesn't know the truth.
I was the one who did it.
There you are!
We're just about out of time. Here's a final present from Deep Throat. I'll stop it from moving.
He just points at the spinning box of ammo. Come on, ninja. Oh, and the quarterback is toast. Doesn't phase him though at all. He's still doing his flippy shit.
In the Middle East, we don't
Not now though.
foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds, we use Royal Harriers.
Fox!
How strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him
Die!
Cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
You destroyed the radome.
Impressive! You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox, but now you're finished!
No! Fire the stinger!
Fox, can you really shoot? You'll kill him too!
Can we kill his best friend?
Now! In front of you!
No, I can't do it!
After Zanzibar!
Come on, Snake, sack up!
Good. I can't do it!
Battle. Neither truly alive,
It's no good. I can't do it.
An undying shadow in a world of light.
I can't do it.
But soon,
You're a pussy, Snake. Man up.
No, I can't do it.
finally end.
And just like that, even though he was trying to give his life to help take down Rex, Snake wasted the fucking opportunity, and he still died.
Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for what I believed in. Snake, farewell.
Well, it certainly beats plugging the controller at the port too, Beaver. Also, not only does he have a cockpit, he has a laser underneath it. And just like that, he's roadkill. Snake!
Foolish man!
Con!
He prayed for death, and it found him. You see, you can't protect anyone, not even yourself. Die!
Oh no, he's... What we want is... get him a rocket in the face. He's just hanging out. These controls are not fun. And he's dodging all my shit. Oh, a laser. Okay, I think we found a good range. Yeah, it looks like we found a good range. Oh, what the hell? He lasered me. Oh, I'm gonna die now. This is the end. I got greedy.
Snake! Look out! Snake! Snake!
Oh my god, I have to do the whole thing again. Even the arm. I don't remember that. Okay, we're gonna stay closer. Get the good range on. To be honest, I could probably just... oh no. You could realistically probably just tank through the machine gun fire, because it does so little damage. But I'd rather not. I'd rather not risk all the extra damage. Of course, I am gonna take a little bit of it, but not on purpose. See, that was much easier once we had the pattern down. You see how easy it can be, and how easy we can make it if we know? And now I have to pussy out on this.
I can't do it.
I can
No good. I can't do it.
after Zanzibar. I was taken
No
from
good.
the battle.
I can't do it.
Neither truly
No,
alive,
I can't do
nor
it.
truly dead.
And I can use the same pattern
Shadow.
on Rex this time.
No, I can't do it.
Soon
It's no good.
it will
I can't do it.
finally end.
Okay, we're gonna heal up first. I just have to be careful about the laser. That's what really does it. Oh, that I'm getting stood on. See, okay, I'm kind of throwing all this away at this point. For fuck's sake, I need space. That's a bit better. Now we're getting close. Oh, they still hit us. Just throwing my shit everywhere. Laser? Laser? Yes. Get the laser. So the good thing about the laser is it leaves them open. Damn it, I got greedy. I'm just throwing all this away here. This is awful. Nailed it.
Snake! I'll crush you into dust!
Not on my watch. Not when your Metal Gear falls apart. Must have been made in China. And it didn't even get a single shot off. Oh, it's brutal without it, Biz. It's so hard to aim. Without the analog sticks, it's so awkward to aim. And I got kind of screwed a little bit during yesterday's stream, and I think the first one as well, because of the awkward controls, because of lack of movement with the stick.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I am done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
A world where warriors like us are honored as we once were, as we should be.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young, during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things, are different.
Women wanted him, and men wanted to be him.
And hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict will breed conflict. New hatreds will arise. Then, we'll steadily expand our sphere of influence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance.
Oh, absolutely, Biz. It was
what type of a balance was
free thinking, Kojima level thinking. The biggest of brains.
Isn't it reason enough?
For warriors such as us.
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie! So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
I watched your face when you did it. It was filled with the joy of battle.
See, that's kind of bullshit, because if you get here without killing a single enemy except the bosses, you still get the same cutscene. Even if you don't go around killing all the genome soldiers.
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children.
And of course, you have to throw in the French.
It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was the man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big Boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells. With a
Remember, wounded in a coma?
Analog cloning.
Big Boss, when does that sound familiar?
Super baby method.
They fertilized an egg with one of Father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus, and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets?
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born.
Because that's a completely legitimate
so you and I,
viable option that would happen.
Eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed. To create you. I got all of the recessive genes. You took everything.
Other way around, boyo.
I was even born. But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The genome soldiers.
That's why in MGS4, Snake is so old and falling apart.
Different.
You got them shitty genes.
With the completion of the Human Genome Project, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare. Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than...
Yes, Biz, 5 is a prequel to 1. The actual order of Metal Gear Solid games goes MGS3, MGS Peace Walker, MGS 5 Ground Zeroes, MGS 5 Phantom Pain,
That's how they
Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 4.
That's right. The genome soldiers that you've been killing are our brothers with the same genes as ours.
The genome soldiers?
That's right. They are our brothers, created artificially through the alignment of nucleotides to mimic our father's genes. They too are the product of numerous sacrifices.
Sacrifices?
Human experiments!
But the problem is, even though there are a handful of things that were referenced in, say, maybe MGS 1 and 2 that eventually became proper in the prequels, the story just gets so messy and a lot of the stuff doesn't add up, a lot of the stuff doesn't mesh together. So Kojima once said when MGS 5, in the run-up to MGS 5, that he'd have to remake the entire series from scratch twice to make it make sense, to be in line with the, at the time, current version of the story.
First they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical or biological weapons.
Oh, I have Acid 1 and 2 and I finished them on PSP, but they're not canon, so I didn't count them in there.
The secret genetic experiments.
So then, the so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
Yes. They too are our brothers and sisters.
Gulf War babies are actually clones of Big Boss.
The experiments were a success?
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure.
Look at all the stock footage.
Extinction.
What?
The power of the CD, lads. You wouldn't see this on an
Have you ever heard
N64.
of the asymmetry theory? Nature tends to favor asymmetry. Those species...
Yes, Biz, 5 was a terrible way to end the series, mainly because of two reasons. One, it allegedly wasn't finished, which makes sense because it feels like there's an entire chapter missing of the game. Basically an entire 33%.
Do you?
And technically, for the entire story to make sense, there would need to be 2 more games to cover 2 other large pieces of the Metal Gear Solid timeline.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? It increases the chance that their genes will be passed on to a new generation. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. It's called the selfish gene theory.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate. All living things are born for the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me. And then I'm going to go beyond. In order to break the curse of my heritage.
You humans shooting DNA at each other to make babies. Come on. You disgust me.
And to do that, first, I will kill you.
Without going into super spoiler detail, that's part of why I hated MGS5 so much. Well, there's so many reasons. Things like that, and the ending of games that makes the entire game moot and pointless and irrelevant, like BioShock Infinite and MGS5, same type of ending. When they negate the whole game, fuck them.
Have a name.
I have a name.
No! We have no past, no future, and even if we did, it wouldn't be truly ours. You and I are just copies of our father, Big Boss.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we've finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
We got one more thing to solve.
It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed, they've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA. If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
He just gives him a second to just casually make a call.
Yes, I'm listening.
What is the Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me.
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die.
It's over.
Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence along with anyone who knows anything.
Don't worry, Snake. I'll stop the nuclear strike.
How?
I may only be a figurehead here, but I'm still officially in command of this mission.
He's going to stop it himself, physically.
To delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But, Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Meryl was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry. They forced me to cooperate in exchange for her life. You better get out of there, Snake.
Bullshit.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you, after all the lies.
Colonel.
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. What? What are you doing? What?
Snake!
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it.
What happened?
Snake, the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty.
His
This is
dickhead.
the Secretary of Defense.
He looks like a walking skeleton.
The Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
Yes, he's a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
You bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
President ordered this?
President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
That's a good one, teenagers. Is it actually? It's been...
attack on Alaska to the media.
Don't worry.
Some of the lore is lost because of how much I hated 5.
We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Smart.
But I could see the correlation in looks if it's not.
The Genome Army, everyone.
Donald, the DARPA chief, is already dead.
So, you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all?
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret. You can't be allowed to live.
It's a shame that MGS5 was so bad. It had so much potential.
Have a lot of catching up to do.
If they'd done it properly, like say MGS3 or whatever, it would have been amazing. I remember when Ground Zeroes first came out, there was so much potential. It was fantastic. But then Phantom Pain came out and it was a mess.
Let's finish this before the
every fucking possible way. Right, let's see if I can remember how to do this, because
stole everything from me.
There's more patterns that I probably can't remember.
Your death can satisfy me. Only your death can return to me what is rightly mine. She'll make a beautiful sacrifice for our final battle. Do you see this? It will be the time limit for our final battle. This nuclear module is set to detonate at the precise moment of her death.
So she's only got a few minutes to live. That means you have a few minutes less, Liquid. Okay, we got 3 minutes to take him out.
If you win, you might still be able to save her. You could enjoy one brief moment of love before the end.
Brief is right. 3 minutes. Even less, come on.
You'll fall. At this height, it will kill even you.
We're wasting 30 minutes on pre-stream here. 30 seconds on pre-stream. Come on.
How about you, Snake?
That 30-second pre-stream, though. Oh, roundhouse. Keep in with the combos. Oh, no. Oh, he's kicking me over the edge. Get up. Come on.
What's wrong, Snake?
Oh, no. It's okay. I gotta be careful and not try combo. Or at least not until I'm sure that it's gonna land. Damn it. I almost made it.
Nice shot!
He got longer legs than I do. He's trying to headbutt me. Oh! Now he's coming back with a combo. What is it? Duchess Queensberry rules, is it?
Hurry! It's going to blow!
Good old fisticuffs. Oh, that didn't hit me. We just stop. Get out of here with your PS1 hitboxes. Oh, oh. Sneak up behind him. Oh, so if we bait him with that. take another hit from him though. He just hits through that. You see, what is it? Every 4 hits or something that he just becomes invincible. Like, we managed to combo him a couple of times just fine.
How about you, Snake?
Oh look, this time it actually starts on 3 minutes because he doesn't have all that exposition. Oh, what a counter. Didn't even mean to do it, but work in my favor. It's as long as he doesn't get into the kind of... If you don't wait long enough to get him into the crouch stance, he can't counter it. Like that. So it's ready for him. I'm not gonna risk throwing him because he'll probably...
Nice shot!
Do some fucking mad backflip out of it or something.
Better hurry.
Okay, now he's doing that. So I'm gonna try 1 hit so he doesn't. Yeah, see, he just became invincible out of it to try and hit me through it. So we give him 1 more after this now. Oh, my own fault. Oh, what? He's got... He did it twice there in a row. Come on, Liquid. I thought you were the superior one. I thought you were the alpha. No one beats me at my own game. To quote Phil Ken 7, I'm the alpha male. I'm the alpha male. Got that rhino charge. Yeah, kick him off. Kick his ass, Seabass.
You're out of time.
Oh, come on. Now he has like some triple combo. Oh, and he's stepping on my fingers. Get up, Snake. I wish I could step on his fingers. Alright, we got 1 minute left. Yes! Get wrecked. No! Splat. It really is a White Goodman tier fight, isn't it, Beaver? Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Let me introduce you to my team. We've got Solid, Liquid, Solidus.
Snake, is that you? Snake, oh, you're alive. Thank God.
Meryl. Meryl, are you okay?
Are you okay? Is that all you can say?
Meryl, it must have been terrible.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I didn't give in to the torture.
Torture?
And things even worse than that.
And things even worse than that. You know what that means.
Just like you.
You're a strong woman.
They all had a go at her because...
Made me feel closer to you.
Well, that's what Kojima would write, isn't it? Fucking weirdo.
It gave me the strength to go on. But I was scared.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that. But it made me realize something. During all the pain and shame, there was one thing...
Shame, yeah? Pain and shame, you know what that is.
I held on to. And that hope kept me alive. Snake.
Oh yeah, it's... At this point, Beaver is parking a bike in an airplane hangar.
Meryl. That's my Kodak.
Whoa, she had to play Mighty Number 9. That's cruel and unusual right there. That's what the Geneva Convention was for. Then again, they did say that there was no one here.
All right. You saved her, man. Good job.
I got some bad news, too. We're about to be bombed.
Oh boy. I guess we're considered expendable.
Is there a way out of here?
A way out? Yeah. You can take the loading tunnel to the surface. There's a parking garage right next to you. The tunnel leads from there to the surface.
The door in front?
No. It's a small entrance to the west of that door.
How about the security?
I just unlocked it. Who do you think you're talking to? I'll take care of
Mr. Hackerman, Mr. Hackerman.
What are you going to do?
Me? I'll stay here.
Are you crazy?
I need a little more time to take care of your escape route.
But...
unlocking the security doors is difficult work. Only I can do it.
Otacon.
Don't worry. I'm staying here. It's my own decision.
Otacon, this is a hardened shelter, but they're going to use a surface-piercing nuclear bomb. It won't hold.
I'm through regretting the past. Life isn't all about loss, you know. Snake, I'm a complete person now. I've found a reason
Snake,
to live.
you complete me.
Good. Don't die on me.
Same to you. Take care of Meryl, okay?
I will.
Okay, I gotta go. I promise I'll do something about your escape route.
Thanks.
Thanks? Well, that sounds nice.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Snake.
Nice little wholesome moment, no?
Get the hell out of here.
What about him? Where's Otacon?
He's
Otacon. It's Otacon.
fighting right now. With his old self. To be the man he wants to be.
Well, he is some sort of weird online nerd teenager, so he probably would write that.
I don't want it to be in vain.
Me too.
Neggy, watch out!
Meryl.
So, we're just about to the way catches her. We're just about to hit the 2-hour mark on the stream, which is kind of funny or sad depending on what way you look at it. Because think about how much actual gameplay we've had in these entire 2 hours.
It started.
I must be heavy.
Looks like we're not gonna have a love scene after all.
Looks that way. Too bad.
Let's get out of here.
Snake, it's freezing outside. You need some clothes.
Now, he'll be fine.
There's my sneaking suit.
He got nips that'll cut. They're like diamonds.
Hurry!
And somehow she gets the Brad Vickers top.
Looking good, Snake.
Straight out of Resident Evil. Right, here we go, boyos. The final escape.
Hurry!
Get ourselves ready. No guns. We have a ration.
I'll drive.
Oh god, she's gonna drive.
Damn!
And then she gets C. It was your worst stealth ever.
Damn.
Here's the guards.
All right, keys.
Doing flips and shit. Oh, there's another one. 2 rations is always healthy.
Jump in.
Now we fight back with awkward controls.
Fire that machine gun with your weapon button. Shoot him, Snake. Snake, hold on.
This is so slow to turn everywhere. Oh, that's a good point, Green. Maybe we should mod it. Say pew pew every time. Every time it does.
We'll never make it. Snake, clear a path.
Well, I would, but these guys just won't die.
Okay, Snake, let's go.
And she has a lovely habit of just spinning around everywhere for some reason. So she's probably gonna pull 90 degrees to the left, so yes, it worked.
We'll never make it! Snake, clear a path!
You think they'd go down faster than being wrecked by this mad 50 cal minigun?
You did it, Snake!
Why couldn't you just drive through everyone?
Not yet, Snake!
He's still alive.
It's not over yet!
Liquid! So, you know, if we had gotten kicked off Metal Gear Rex, we would have been dead. But he's fine. He gets his ass handed to him. And he's still alive. Dodging my bullets under all these mad angles. Oh, stay back, motherfucker. Stay back. Well, you said it, not me, teenagers. I was thinking it pretty intensely. But you said it. Although Liquid's not doing a much better job driving himself, see? Actually, funny enough you mentioned that, Jordan. You know who he kind of looks like? He kind of look... Oh, what is it? Is it Beast? No, not Beast. Saber Wolf? Saber Tooth? Who's the big guy in the first film? He does kind of look like him, doesn't he? And I love how I'm getting full constant attacks on him the entire time and he's still getting hits on me. Yeah, Sabretooth, that's the one. Yeah, he does kind of look like him. He's tall, he's blonde, he's statuesque, he's got the mane of hair going on. There's even a car wreck in the snow. I'm pretty sure that happened in the first X-Men film. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Meryl, are you okay?
Just a little shook up.
Meryl, can you move?
It's no good. I can't move.
What happened to Liquid?
I can't see him either.
For the edge.
Liquid's dead. Uh-oh.
Snake!
Yes, dead. Way to tempt fate.
Snake!
Fox dead. Well, Fox died, but...
If he's dead, that means...
Don't say it, Snake.
Means my Fox dies about to go off.
Air raid. No stealth bombers in sight.
Snake, can you hear me?
Colonel.
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Arrested?
I was able to get into contact with the President. Metal Gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
Acting alone? What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
Sounds like they threw him under the bus.
Were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 Spirits have returned to the base. Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
I see.
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, you can rest easy. Meryl's fine.
Really? Thanks. Thank you, Snake. Snake, I'm sorry. I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you.
I'm just a retired dude.
There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photo.
I'm just a dude playing a dude thinks he's another dude.
You should be able to ride right out of there. I'll bet the boys at the DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around here.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
Also, there's a helicopter waiting for you on Fox Island.
Dr. Hal Emmerich should be somewhere on the base. I want someone to bring him in.
I understand. Leave it to me.
Okay, Roy. Are you gonna be okay?
Don't worry. I've got an insurance policy. A hard copy of all Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
Blackmail. What a way to live the cushy life.
Run out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
Really? I look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Fox Die.
Meryl will be fine. She wasn't included in its programming.
What about me? It killed Liquid.
Naomi said that she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling is with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi.
I heard about my brother.
I'm sorry. But he had one last message he wanted to say to you. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yeah. He also said he'll always love you. Naomi, your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world. He fought with every ounce of strength in his body.
Maybe. Maybe now he's finally found some peace. He wasn't really my brother anymore. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar, he's been like a ghost.
Well, yeah, he's Grey Fox.
A ghost looking for a place to die.
Well, Bieber, you have to remember, back at the very start of the game.
Naomi, Liquid died from Fox Die.
Wait a sec.
What about me?
Snake referenced the whole thing about, oh, I've been strip searched by Naomi. I didn't get all my stuff out.
What do you mean?
And then she says, oh, maybe you can strip search me when you come back.
Time is up.
Maybe he's gonna find some
So when's mine up?
unpleasant surprise.
It's up to you how you use the time left to you. Live, Snake. It's all I can say to you.
There's another birth of a meme I'll tell you about now and here.
It's unchangeable, immutable. But
It's
that's not all there is to life.
all about Naomi's twig and berries.
Finally realized that. I told you before the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA. Because I wanted to know who I was. Where I came.
That explains all the genes and genetics and whatnot. All the interest in biology.
If I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was. Who my parents were. And I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything. Just like with the genome soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that it governs a person's potential strengths, potential destiny. You mustn't allow yourself
Liquid's still there, face down, frozen.
to be ruled
Fox dead to himself.
Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether or not you're in the Fox Die program isn't important. The important thing is that you choose.
That is pretty important.
And then live.
After all,
Snake.
you could just die right there and then.
I'm going to choose life too. Until today, I've always looked for a reason to live. But from here on, I'm going to just live. Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future.
Hey, look, more
through our
cutscenes.
Children. Living is a link to the future.
Now, here's the funny thing.
That's how all
They said Mei Ling saw the snowmobile on the satellite photos. It's in a fucking cave. How did she see it?
That's how we can change the world.
There's no tracks on the ground. It's not a very obvious snowmobile path.
I finally
And it's in a
realized
cave.
the true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
Well, Snake's one is fine because he's got the sneaking suit. They specially designed that to prevent hypothermia and stuff.
Let's keep it as a reminder.
Bandana, that reference.
A reminder of a successful mission? Or the first time we met?
A reminder of how to live.
Huh?
Until today, I've lived only for myself. Survival has been the only thing I cared about in my life.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now? What do your genes say about your future
I'll
now?
explain the bandana now in a minute.
Maybe it's time I live for someone else.
Someone else?
Yeah. Someone like you. Maybe that's the real way to live.
No comment, Beaver. No comment. I have the best monologues
Snake?
and the best soliloquies.
My name's David.
Okay. So where to, Dave?
I think it's time we look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Is that a reference
Will we
to
find it?
David Hayter? Who knows?
I know we'll find it.
But me and my friends always made a joke about that.
What are those?
The first time we finished it.
Caribou.
So his name is
Caribou
Dave
is a
Solid
symbol of
Snake.
Life. It'll be spring here soon.
For us too.
Yeah. Spring brings new life to everything. It's a time for hope. I've lived here a long time, but Alaska has never looked more beautiful. The sky, the sea, the caribou.
The redhead behind me.
You.
Oh, I was right.
I think I'm gonna like this new life.
Come on. Let's enjoy life.
You know, I actually know the lore and the future, if you will, of all of them. I won't go into it here, but it's explained in some of the other games, MGS 2 and 4. But anyway, as far as the bandana goes, if you finish and get the good ending, there's two secret items. One of which is the bandana, which you only get if you finish Meryl's, the good ending, the Meryl ending, because she gets that, she found it there, gives it to him. So next time you load up the game, you can equip the bandana, which gives you infinite ammo. However, if you do the band ending, finish it with Otacon, get the Otacon ending, then he doesn't find that, but he gives you his stealth suit. So technically the Otacon ending is better, because you get a stealth suit. But, well. Solid Snake, David Hayter. Who else we got on it? See, what I never understand is so many of these other people are going by, they're going by, what do we call them? They're going by aliases or pseudonyms. I don't know why. I've never understood that kind of stuff. But look at Kojima. Look how much his name appears in these titles. just all over the place. Now, it's no MGS5, but yeah. There's just so much of it. And these credits are so long. You know what? We'll get back into the fancy stuff now in a second. While all these credits are rolling for like 600 minutes, I will be right back. Because I need to. You get to listen to this big fancy music. I don't think this is the Irish song, but you'll know it anyway. I think the Irish song starts when... Wait a sec. Give me a sec. No, this is it. This is the Irish song. Anyway, I'll be right back. Enjoy. It's just so sad. So yeah, here we are back with our big rough Irish song, because of course we are. There it is. The best is yet to come. But no, hang on. Keep going. There it is. Recorded at Beach Park Studios, Ireland. Lead vocals: Aoife Farrig. I'm sorry, I always get that wrong. Boom, look, remixed by DJ Temple Bar. Irish galore, lads, Irish galore. So what else we got? What did I miss in the chat here? No, Bieber, it was only a leak, don't worry. It was a very big one, but yeah, it's been there. Let's see what else we got. I'm probably trying to figure out how to. Yeah, I was googling it while I was in there, how to run ads. That was you got me. You got me. The credits will be chopped up into 17 pieces specifically, Biz. One of them will have each part of the song. Oh look, we're still not over. But anyway, memes and all aside. Actually, you know what? Oh, we're at the end of it. Yeah, memes and all aside. MGS1 did so much for gaming. It's what many people consider one of the most influential games of the PS1, of that console generation in general, which I would agree with. I would say...
You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your
Jennifer Hale wants to talk to us.
Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live.
Yeah, I'd say 3 of the biggest, most important games on the PS1 were Metal Gear Solid, in no particular order. Metal Gear Solid.
The entire unit was wiped out.
If you'd stop talking.
You are still alive.
Resident Evil
Vector?
and Final Fantasy VII.
Fox Die should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data.
That's also out talking, by the way.
My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of.
Bieber, you're missing out big time. Maybe I'll have to play them all for you here.
Was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one.
See, Liquid actually had the superior genes the entire time.
I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus.
Solidus Snake.
The woman.
Dun dun dun.
Yes, sir. I'll keep her under surveillance. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
Dun dun dun. But yeah, also MGS provided so much time, so many hours, so many everything. What did we get? Special items, bandana, codename Leopard. 6 hours, 9 minutes, 50 seconds. There you go, Biz. I did say we were just under the 6 hour mark at the time. 2 saves, 5 continues, 7 alerts, 98 kills, 33 rations. Not too bad. Save completed mission data, yes. We don't really need to. We won't be coming back to it, but we will just for posterity's sake. Even though it'll be recorded on the internet forever. Shh. Listen. Gotta love the Police Knots jingle. Everyone calls it the Konami jingle, the Metal Gear Solid jingle, whatever it is. It's the Police Knots jingle, damn it. I don't know, Biz. I don't know. I was kind of... I won't say I was flubbing my way through it, because I was still doing pretty well for a lot of it. It's just... You said you haven't played it since original hardware. So you haven't played this game in about 20, 21 years. So yeah, I can understand why it might not live up to your memory. But I still love Metal Gear. I love Metal Gear Solid. There's just so much about it that I love in so many ways. Just like many people. Just like many people. Not everyone's gonna hold. It's not gonna hold up in everyone's mind as well as it does for me. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Nothing I could do. I digress. Just press the buttons. Combo didn't come out. Online combos. Well, what's the other one? Dropped inputs? There we go. I don't know. It's one of those things. I can't remember. It was one of the fellow detractors actually tweeted it out this morning. So I think it's actually very fitting that the real nod of quality and the best compliment you can give a game is that if you play a game that you really like and you enjoy and you love, when you go back and play it, that it's either just as good or better than the last time you played it. It's like a really good ultimate compliment you could give a game. Metal Gear Solid will never recapture that, because what it did at the time versus what it does now looking back in comparison, you're going completely off the nostalgia. So that's I think that's a big thing to factor in. But hell, what can I say? I still love it. I still love it. So anyway, I will leave it there. We've got MGS done, which is funny because the stream is at... Oh, my counter locked up. Okay, lovely. My counter locked up. But it looks like we're just over the 2 hour mark anyway. Maybe a little bit a bit more above the 2 hours. And yeah, I'd say we had a good, what, 30 minutes of gameplay in the stream tonight, because, well, Kojima gonna Kojima when he makes a game, or at least calls it a game, but it's really a film in disguise because they won't give him the budget for it. Anyway, I'll see everyone next time. As always, I want to thank everyone coming out, shooting the shit, hanging out with me badasses, getting those F keys ready, even though there was only, what, maybe 2 of them, I think. And as for Bieber, he's now traumatically put through Metal Gear Solid as his first experience. My condolences. My absolute condolences. Anyway, peace out everyone. I'll see you next time on whatever it is we do, be it stream, video, Twitter, Discord, whatever it is. 8 F keys. It can't be 8. No, hang on, that's not right. There was no 8. At least no 8 for me. I'm pretty sure I died on Metal Gear once, and I died on Liquid once. So I'm pretty sure there was only 2. So I'm calling you out there, teenagers, on your shenanigans. Mischievous and deceitful. Chicanerous and deplorable. Wow, I'm like a basic white girl right now because I just can't even that you said that. Makes sense why I'm odd. Anyway, peace out everyone. I'll see you next time on whatever it is. And thanks as always. Audi 5000. Because that's what we do.